I'm interested in how embryos develop. And if you think about it, starting with a single fertilized egg, embryos have to do an awful lot. Our bodies, when we're born, have about 15 trillion cells in them. But we started from a single fertilized egg. Now, to make all of that happen, several things are going on. And one of the key things that maybe everyone knows, I suppose now, is that there are changes in the expression of genes in different cells as the embryo divides into two cells, four into hundreds of cells, then thousands of cells. And those changes in gene expression allow cells to become specialized. And that is crucial for making an embryo. But there's something else that you have to do to make an embryo. And what you have to do is to construct an embryo. You have to build an embryo. So the embryo is a giant construction project. Well, maybe not a giant one, perhaps a tiny one. And cells have to move. Cells have to build organ systems. And they have a set of dance moves that they make to do that. And that bodybuilding process, that's what my lab studies. Now, to do that, we don't study human embryos. We study little worm embryos. They're simple. You can watch them under a microscope. You can do genetic engineering of them. You can muck up these processes by making mutations in various genes that are important for this bodybuilding process. So through using those little worms, we have learned an awful lot about these dance moves that these cells make as they're building the body. And what we found is that these moves are very complicated. And so cells are able to crawl around, and they have very complicated machinery inside of themselves that allows them to do that. And in addition, they have to stick to one another or stop sticking to one another. That's called cell adhesion, and that requires specialized cellular glue that allows cells to stick together, but to do that dynamically, sort of like Velcro or something like that. And that ability to do that kind of dynamic sticking together or ceasing to stick together is crucial for building an embryo. And so we've been able to learn an awful lot about that particular process. And that's tells us a lot about how almost all animal embryos do what they do during their bodybuilding processes, including us.